I'm really going to invite you to settle in with your breath. And if you see me running up to the screen, I am admitting people to the room. Sit a little bit forward on your chair so the spine is nice and long. And as you draw breath in and settle into a breathing rhythm of an inhale and an exhale, notice if there's any part of your body that is asking for your attention today. And as we've spoken about before, sometimes when our body is uncomfortable or even painful, we try to avoid paying attention to that part. And really, if we can allow ourselves to be gentle with our attention and bring it to the places that hurt, we might find the discomfort or the pain begins to ease. And we'll bring our attention to our breath with a 4 by 4 by 4 by 4, or I call 4 square breathing. And that is a 4 count in breath. Pause and hold for a 4 count. Release the breath for a 4 count. Pause, emptied out for a 4 count. And because we're all individuals, you're in charge of your own count. For some, it may be slower. For some, it may be it may be quicker. It is whatever serves you today. Bringing the attention to the jaw. Just notice how your jaw feels today. And now imagine breathing into the jaw so that it might relax a little bit more, maybe only 5 or 10%, or maybe 50%. Just noticing the jaw and utilizing the breath to release the jaw. We're going to take our left hand now and take it across the body to the outside of the right leg, lifting the heart. And on the out breath, we twist, gentle, shallow. We're just waking the spine up. So we're doing a gentle twist and breathe in and out here. And then on the next in breath, we return to center. On the next out breath, we're going to take that right hand to the left leg and take the twist now to the left side, breathing in and out. And on the next out breath, we come back to center and we're going to repeat that pattern, pausing to breathe in and out on each side and then breathing in back to center. And breathing out. And when we come back to center, we're going to pause here. Notice the jaw again. And now notice where the breath and the attention travels in your body. Is it the same place that was tender to start with? Has a different part of your body ask for attention with your awareness and your breath? We're going to make our way to standing. So when we come up, we're going to bring our head up last. So we hinge forward and then we come back up to standing. And we pause here. And we're going to expand. So maybe the feet come a little bit wider, as wide as the sits bones or the pelvis, whatever's comfortable, soft knees. We're going to breathe in and open. And breathe out and come forward, drawing the back of the hands together, chin to chest. That's the out breath. The in breath is an opening and a lifting. And then the out breath draws us into a more closed posture. Breathing in. So this is a variation of cat-cow. So we're creating a little curve in our spine one direction and an arch in our spine in the opposite direction. So we're waking our spine up, using your breath, following your own rhythm. So we're turning this into a flow. With each breath, we're moving. And the next time we're coming back from the forward posture, the cat, we come to mountain. And we pause here. We say good morning to Tutu. I'm going to turn sideways to model this. Nice posture. Feel the feet on the floor. See if you can notice the connection from the heel up the legs into the pelvis. Play with it a little bit, maybe rock forward, rock backwards. See if we can find a centered posture where our bones line up and we feel most stable. We're going to take a step back with the right leg. Notice the angle of the foot. It's about at a 45-degree angle. The front knee is straight. We're going to move with this. So again, we open with the front leg straight. This is an in breath. And with the out breath, we bend the knee and we come forward. Breathe in, straightening the front leg. Breathing out, we bend the knee. Breathe in, we open. And breathe out, we fold. That's a bending of the knee. The hands come, the back of the hands touch. We come back to center. Pause here. Breathe in. And on the out breath, step forward with the right leg. On the next in breath, step back with the left leg. 45-degree angle on the back foot. The front knee is straight. This is the in breath, is the expansion. And the out breath, we bend the knee and fold forward. Breathe in to rise, straightening the leg. And breathe out, bend the knee, hands come forward, chin to chest. Breathe in, straighten the leg. Breathe out, come forward. Coming back to neutral. On the next in breath, we step forward with the back foot and we come to mountain. Excuse me. Let's take our feet as wide as our mat, maybe a little wider. Let's wag our tail just a little bit here. And then we come back, heart lifted. We're going to raise our arms up on the in breath. And on the out breath, we're going to take our hands to our waist, hinge forward, bring the torso parallel to the floor. On the next in breath, we rise up. And on the out breath, we fold, hands at waist, torso parallel to the floor. Breathing in, we rise. And breathing out, we're doing a modified fold here. This posture is called Prasarita. And one more. Coming back up. Pause here. And now we're going to turn the feet out at an angle. You decide how big you want that angle to be, but for most of us, it's going to be not 90 degrees. We're going to have it just a little bit of an angle because we're going to do a squat now. So bringing the hands to heart center, we settle down and bring ourselves into our version of goddess. Press into the floor to rise. That's going to be the in breath. And on the out breath, we sink. If your knees are crabby, don't go too far. And remember, imagination, breathing in to rise, imagination is powerful. So if just standing and imagining that your body's doing this action, that is sensational. And one more time. And we come to standing. Release the hands. Turn the sequence now, a variation of it. We're going to start by breathing in and bringing our arms either at shoulder height or above the head, depending on what your shoulders like today. And then we're going to turn to the left. That front foot turns out. The back foot turns to a 45-degree angle. We bend the front knee. We're pausing here and breathing. Check the back arm. Is it on the same level as the front arm? Breathing. And then on the next in-breath, we're going to touch the back of our leg and lift our hand to the sky, palm facing the body. Breathe here. This is peaceful, warrior. And now let's flow with this. So we come back to warrior two. In breath, peaceful warrior. Out breath, warrior 2. In breath, peaceful warrior. And out breath, warrior 2. In breath, peaceful warrior. And release. Hands come to the waist. Toes turn forward. Wag your tail. Soft knees. Come into that prasarita. Breathe in, expand the arms. Our hands are above the head or at shoulder height. We're going to turn our feet now to the left. Toes turn out, the back toes turn in. We find our balance here. Front knees bent. We're breathing 3 breaths. And then on the next in breath, we're coming to a peaceful warrior, touching the back of the legs, the back of the waist. The hand turns to face the body, the upper hand. 3 breaths here. And then we come back to warrior 2. So let's flow with this now. The in breath is a peaceful warrior. And the out breath is a warrior 2. Breathing in and out. In and out. One more time. That front leg straightens, hands come to the waist, toes turn forward. Hinging forward, wag your tail, soft knees. Release the hands now to bring them to the top of the thighs, to the shins, to the ankles. You find where it feels best in your body to fold. And as you're in this posture, what we're going to do is we're going to imagine pressing the sit bones, the pelvis to the wall behind us. And we're going to imagine our head aiming toward the camera or stretching away from the pelvis. Notice how the hamstrings like to light up here. Bending the knees, turning the feet out. We're coming back to our goddess, to our squat. Keep the heart lifted here. Arms come up. This is the in breath. The out breath, we're going to twist first to the right. In breath brings us back to center. Then we twist to the left, back to center, to the right, and back to center. And the out breath twists us. And then we come back to center. Hands come to the waist. Press into the feet to straighten the legs. Toes turn forward again. We find our variation of prasarita. The hands can stay at the waist, come to the thighs, the shins, the floor, the ankle. And to come up, we hinge up. So pay attention to the sits bones. Press them to the wall behind as we rise up. We're going to step or hop our feet together. And we come to standing. And we notice our breath as it moves in and out of our bodies. Opening the arms wide. We breathe in and the pinky fingers get turned backwards. So they're aiming to the ceiling, then they go back. Find a nice back bend here. Breathe a few breaths. And then we come forward. This time when we come forward, going to invite you to gently bend the knees. Keep the breath moving. Hold opposite elbows. Pausing in this variation of forward fold. Of course, if you want to go deeper, you can. And as we pause here, notice the sits bones again. So press the pelvis to the wall behind. Press the head in opposition. Imagine the crown of the head scooting away from the pelvis. And now release the hands toward the floor. Bend the knees. And now we're going to sweep up with an in-breath coming up through fierce pose, through chair. Press the floor away to rise. And on the next out breath, we're going to sink back into that chair. Breathing in to rise. Again, mind your knees. We want to make sure that we don't go too deep. And breathe in to rise. And one more time. And we rise. Hands come to heart center. And we pause for a moment in mountain. Now notice your jaw. Is there more space in the jaw now? We're gently going to find our way back to our chair, back to seated. When you're coming to sit in the chair, see if you can lower very slowly. Of course, unless your knees are bugging you, then don't do it slowly. Just find your way to the chair, but come on down. And we're coming back to our breath. Let your shoulders fall away. Drop them. Let's do this. Lift up with the shoulders. Roll them back. And then slide those shoulder blades down toward the waist. And now let's revisit our 4 square breath. A 4 count in. Pause and hold for a 4 count. Release for a 4 count. And pause, emptied out for a 4 count. Now bringing one hand to the low belly, or just below the navel, and the other hand to the heart. We'll close our practice today with a metta, which is a loving kindness meditation. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. May I be free. May I awaken to the light of my true nature. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. May you be free. May you awaken to the light of your true nature. May we be peaceful. May we be happy. May we be free. May we awaken to the light of our true nature. Bringing hands to heart center for a moment, we breathe here. And then we open our arms wide, gathering all the blessings that already exist and drawing them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together we all say, Namaste. I wanted to let you know